All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pawn Shop of Life. We're going to call this 1.2 because we're going to do another update on Diablo 4. The season 7 has been out for 8 days now. Me and Baby Kangaroo have been playing for a little bit, so we're going to get this show on the road. All right. So, how's everybody doing today?
A little tired.
That's because of the new puppy.
Yep.
We have a new addition to the family. We'll post some pictures of him at some point.
He's very cute and very troublesome.
Most puppies 6 weeks old are.
He's a little shit.
Wow, there's a lot of hate early on in the episode. This is off to a great start. I'm glad everybody's here to hear this shit.
Oh, no, I got plenty of hate for you in the rest of the episode.
All right, so let's see here. I guess since we're starting season 7, I guess everybody knows about the witch powers. So those,
Yeah, I'm still working on those. They don't make a lot of sense to me. But
it's just a little power boost, so it's not like it's that detrimental or whatever it is. But they did have a couple of them that they disabled one of those witch powers, and an aura of something. It was broken and it wasn't working right, so you could buy it, but you couldn't use it anything. But it looks like they finally put out a patch to fix that. And it looks like they also, not that anybody uses this, but the Ring of Mendelin's not working right either. Apparently that one has a bug on it somehow, and it's only doing half damage it's supposed to. So
What build uses that now?
the Ring of Mendelin is still the
Necro?
with the necro with the little necro cage, bone cage, or whatever it is.
Oh.
And I don't think I've seen but like one person playing, so it's not like it really matters.
Oh.
Anybody playing anything is necro blood surge.
Yeah.
So that's blood wave. That seems to be the thing for the season, which it's as broken as Spiritborn was, just a little bit slower.
and they nerfed the shit out of Spiritborn.
I told you they were going to nerf
We
it.
knew they would.
I told you. Spiritborn went from a S plus or S class to an A class character, and Baby Kangaroo is having problems. So it was expected.
I'm just too hard-headed to give up on it.
Well, I mean, you got to go with what you know. But I told you, try to get him to do a barbarian, because that earthquake splash build thing that they got looks like a lot of fun, and I'm actually considering making one just to be able to have fun with it. So far that I found, just so you know, because I think Tammy started a character and she was doing Blood Surge, and then noticed everybody's doing Blood Wave, but the Blood Wave Necro does feel a little boring. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there too, because it's one button. Once you get everything set up, you're really walking around hitting one button, walk around, pick up some blood orbs, blood wave, one button. So I don't know if that's going to come into play. I initially rolled a druid with the cataclysm build, and I swapped over and made a necro because obviously we had leveled up within the first day. Everybody was 60 and working on stuff. But the druid, I think I was telling you about this the other day at work. It's not that it's complicated, but it's aggravating to have to, every time you come into a zone, you have to do like 5 different things to get powers built up, and then you can just keep refreshing your ultimate cataclysm. And we played with Joe, and she was like, 2 of our friends played with her, and she went ahead and started killing, and then they surpassed her and just blew right past her, and all they were doing was just hitting that refresh on the ultimate power. But I just wanted something a little bit more simple to play. I don't like to sit there and have to waste 30 seconds in the very beginning of a zone to try to make the powers trigger right, and then you can screw it up and have to start over. I was like, I just want something simple, and Bloodwave Necro seems to be it.
And the Bloodwave Necro is definitely
Nasty.
Yeah.
So my buddy who we played with the other night, Colin, he messaged me today. Let's see. And he said he did some tweaking on his build. Bloodwave is broken. None of my stuff is leveled up, and he hit for 1.187 trillion. So 1,187 billion damage.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I mean,
that's ridiculous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Spiritborn last season was doing way more than that.
And that was ridiculous.
It was. And that's why I said I feel like it's going to get boring to a point, because I kind of got bored with Spiritborn last season, which is why I swapped back over to Eternal. So, there is that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say one thing. So they got 2 things. They got the new green zones. I just call them what I want. I don't care what they're called. They're the green zones. When you look at the map,
I agree.
they're green. Just like we got nicknames for all the Tree Boy, Steel Boy. Like, we don't even care. We got green zones. Green zones are great. I like those better than I like Helltide now. They're quick. They're fun. You can jump in. You get a lot of stuff. You get a lot of gear. I keep progressively seeing the codex powers get higher and higher. So it looks like they finally fixed the, I've been playing for a whole season and I don't have a max codex on this power that I use. So it looks like they've tried to fix that some. They did do a patch on the green zones, which I found was fucking hilarious because people were complaining they were getting too many items. They're like, I go there, I'm there for a minute.
They're not wrong.
No, they were not. I mean, and Blizzard balanced it though, but I mean now it's
Too many.
well, it was before it was
Hardly any.
too much gear and not enough of the stuff, the money you need to level up your witch powers.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of brought that back center now. So you're actually getting money to level up your witch powers, but you're getting a little bit less gear, but it's not to say.
It was ridiculous how much gear was dropping.
I thought it was great. It was
I mean, you didn't even need to kill the critter. As long as you were in the area, if
Yeah.
somebody else killed it, you got gear from it. I don't understand that.
I thought it was great. I loved seeing it. It was like Christmas because, I mean, when the goblin thing come around, everybody did the goblin thing because they just wanted to spawn goblins. Like, woohoo, it's Christmas. And it's, gear everywhere. I thought that was phenomenal. So,
But it gets annoying when you're like, oh, okay, I just went back to town 2 minutes ago and I got to go back to town now again.
so you're complaining about it now still, even though it's been balanced?
Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't been in a green zone. I haven't been in a green zone in at least 3 days.
What are you doing?
I was working on pits.
But you're the billboard thing where you get those caches. You said you were at 17?
Yeah, I'm at 17.
So you played the shit out of the green zones to begin with.
I did for a bit, yeah.
Because I'm only at 18 and I've played a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't dislike the green zones. I find the little task kind of entertaining. Like initially when I saw you doing the shepherd, I was like, well, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that. But now, I mean, I think that's fun. I think escorting the little frog is fun. I think they're, it's just fun little things.
Yeah. So the one thing that I was reading was people were talking about what's the most efficient way to get the favors. And everybody says to do the one that's, I think it's got to kill a couple of guys and you get 5 grim favors. They say do the frogs and the escort stuff last. So don't do the frogs. Don't do the guy who walks around. Don't try to find the little wisp and follow him around because it's just slow. And a new green zone pops up every 10 minutes.
So the technique that I started using was the first thing I do when I go into a new green zone is I go find the guard. And the reason why I go find the guard is because
he's on the map.
He's on the map. And also you can kill 3 different tasks with the guard, or at least come real close to killing 3 different tasks with the guard.
Yeah,
you can get the patrol.
Yeah.
You can get however many you have to scour from the area for that area. And then the
deposit.
The deposit.
You kill the guy, you put you deposit all the little orbs that you put in there and you kill the guys.
And the other one is killing the oh God, what are they called? The guys that are blue. The purge the, what is it called? Purge. It's something where you got to kill all the blue guys. Purge the rot. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can get all 3 of those almost to completion just by doing the patrol.
Yeah, but you're talking about the one that walks around real slow.
Correct.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're looking for the most efficient way. You can get kill the guys that are red marked on the map. You can get the big guy that's in there that's worth 5, and then you can make the deposit and leave. That's going to take you about 10 minutes. And like I'm saying, you're following that guy around real slow, and he's only going to give you, 1 or 3? When you can go get 10 real quick, go to another map, and instantly just keep going. So that's...
Oh, I guess I don't really know what guys you're talking about, so...
The ones that are little red dots. As soon as you zone in, if you don't ever look at the mini map.
I do look at the mini map.
We have got to get you trained to look at the
mini map. I look at the mini map, especially when we're doing hordes. I look at the mini map.
You don't even look at your life. You forget to hit.
Yeah,
heal.
no, I'm bad about that.
So I mean, you're not a good reference to say I look at my mini map when you don't even hit the damn heal button.
Okay, so here's the deal about that. All right,
you died earlier.
I blame you for that.
Why
because,
you blame?
Because you had to create an invulnerable spirit born.
Here we go, guys.
And I never had to use health potions at all.
Never had to worry about my life before.
But I should get credit though for telling you. You're fucked come season 7.
No, and
you were forewarned.
I was forewarned. And I get
multiple
it.
times.
You know, I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
So yeah, I don't believe you look. So anyway, yeah, when you zone it, go into the green zone, there are little red dots all over. Those are the guys you got to kill. I think it's 150 of those. And then there's, you probably don't even see it because you do it so quick. They drop little orbs that you go make that deposit in. And then a few guys pop up and you kill them.
Yeah,
and
I've
then
never noticed that.
So you've been missing out on one. That's all right. We'll get you going on it.
Well, you know, to that point, the green zone, do you know what all the tasks are?
I mean, it says it on there. Yeah, it's to kill the big guys, follow around the wisp.
Where is there anything in the
If you hover, since you're on computer, if you hover the pointer over the little red dots on there, it tells you what to do.
Okay, but is there anything that shows you like what task you've already completed in a green zone?
They'll disappear. They won't be red on there anymore. When if you do the, like I said, kill.
Well, I noticed that. Like, yeah, if you do.
So it doesn't tell you. It's just saying you have these left. It's not. It does pop up with a little thing on the bottom left that says you just completed this.
Yes,
but you'll have to look at the map again.
Because like when you free the women.
Yeah.
Or when you what's the other one where the dispel?
Yeah.
They stop showing up.
Yeah. So you just have to look at the map. Oh,
all right.
The ladies too. Those are funny. I hate those. Every time I see them, the first thing I say is, "What in the hell were you doing out here fucking with these people?" That's because, oh God, help me! I'm
dude,
like,
that's
come
like,
on, get out of here, lady. Why were you running around this wild
They're
ass
trying to
zone?
make damsels in distress.
Is that what it is?
That's like the other game that I play. One of the things you got to do is go rescue little kids that are missing.
Yeah.
Right. And they send you into a capped hunting area, and I'm like, how the hell does a little kid get into a capped hunting area?
Yep.
I mean, if he can manage to get in here, he can manage to get out.
It's just, Darwinism at its best. That's
at its best. Yeah. So.
But yeah, so I like the green zones. Like I said, I like them a lot better than Helltide. It feels like you can get a lot more stuff faster.
I'm going to say you barely play in Helltide anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's great. Let's see here.
Well, one of the main reasons to go to Helltide now is just to get the 5 from the Blood Maiden.
I wouldn't even waste my time with that.
Mm.
Like I said, with a new green zone popping up every 10 minutes, and there's either 3 or 4 green zones, you're refreshing.
No,
as
that's
fast as you can
true.
go.
That is true.
Hell, I even stopped going to the PvP area and killing the big guy because the green zones are so quick.
Well,
and it's way more gear. I mean, not that you're breaking it down and you need it for parts anyway, but
the PvP guy never drops. I have 400,000 red dust, and I
just not even using it.
I don't have anything. I don't really want any of the crap that they have for sale because none of it is good.
I mean, no,
it's all cosmetic.
Yeah, but I mean, you can go down there and do the same thing with the ovals and just go gamble on gear, or just buy the cosmetics just to have them. I mean, what the hell? That's the only thing the damn season 4 is anyway. We're gonna throw you some cosmetic stuff. We're gonna give you a few extra powers, make you a little more stronger, and that's it. I mean,
well, Blizzard got me for $40 because I bought the, I don't know, whatever it is, the Ultimate Expansion Pack or whatever.
Oh, well, they got me on that too.
Yeah,
they got me.
So I have red wings now.
Yeah.
And some different armor for my horse or something
that nobody ever looks at or gives a shit about. It, I don't know. Maybe if they have a zoom in option, and if you were zoomed in, you would probably care. But then you lose your higher shot.
You can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't see anything. Nobody.
You don't know when that guy's coming off the screen to come and kill you.
Yeah, I think I tried the zoomed in one time and was at the world boss, and all I could see was like his leg, and I was like, why the fuck would anybody play like this? That was just ridiculous. So yeah, so green zones are great. I think that's awesome. You said you saw somebody that was at Paragon 300 already.
Yeah.
So the game has been out 8 days, and someone has already hit 300.
To your point, though,
that's a lot of playing.
Okay, so we had a conversation about it earlier.
I think you're right.
And our conversation was, it's got to be like if me and Baby Kangaroo were both young and we worked shift work and just one of us is out the house at all times and we couldn't afford anything else. We have one Xbox and one account.
And they both play it.
That's the only thing I can think of.
That would be easy for you and I to do.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm at work and then you relieve me and then we're both off. So it would work. But I mean, that's the only thing I could figure out because that's 300.
That's a lot.
300. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hit 60 the first day and was 100 something Paragons, but the first 100.
You're already at what, 220 something?
230.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same, but what we talked about before,
it's not a,
I didn't even look that up if they changed that. Remember we talked on the last time, they're going from, what is it, 299 to 300 was the same as, it was like 40 hours worth of playing.
And
I didn't check to see if they fixed that.
I feel like it's advancing a lot faster during seasonal than it did during Eternal.
I don't think so.
That's just my impression.
It's probably a lot of mental that come into that because you're seeing it go faster, and I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. I don't think that it's.
How long did I play in Eternal? 5 weeks?
Something like that.
And I only got him to 220, 225, something like that.
Yeah.
And this season's been out 8 days.
Yeah.
And I'm already at 180, 190, something like that.
Yeah, but it slows down dramatically once you start hitting 200, and really bad when you hit 250. Because I played way more on Eternal, and hell, I don't even have a level 300 Paragon character yet. Like I don't have anything. I'm at like 280 something. And
well, I mean, if you had one, you'd have a bunch.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just play it so much. And there we go. Thanks,
so
everybody.
That's the gate for the new puppy.
Yep, that's the little barricade my wife and dog are tearing up. All right. There's your nice distraction. If you would have given me a heads up, I would have it.
It's all good, man.
So yeah, all right. So let's see here. So they did have that was another thing that Blizzard patched, the season progression. When you bring up your menu, the far left now has that season thing that's over there. So they
did they not have that? Did they not have that in previous seasons?
Yeah, they've always had it.
Oh, okay.
But it's they lowered what the numbers were. Like you have to do like 12 things in each one of them, and there's 7 of them. So they lowered it. This is not one, and I'm just going to use it as an example. But they were like collect 10,000 cinders in Helltide, which that actually might be one. But they changed it and lowered it to half of that. So they lowered the requirements to get the stuff, to get your little gifts at the bottom left.
Which, I guess I use them.
It's just, here's you a cache to open that's going to give you junk shit that you're not going to use. I mean, that's all that it really is. Oh, and that was one thing that we talked about, the leveling up the billboard at the tree. I told you earlier, I thought I didn't even pay attention until yesterday, that if you level up all the things on the little billboard for your seasonal witchcraft stuff, the very last one at level 20 gives you 3 guaranteed mythics and a spark. So that was another reason I wanted to just go back to doing green zones, because that was...
I'm gonna, once I get my glyphs up a little more, I'm gonna go back to doing green zones.
I'm going to convince you to leave that damn Spiritborn alone and make a barbarian.
I'm not. I already have a barbarian.
Actually, I'm going to convince you to leave the Spiritborn and put the gear on the barbarian. I think you would have much more fun. I know you don't.
I like screaming at the computer. What are you talking about?
Well, if you like screaming at the computer, do a barbarian. It'd be great.
It lets some of my rage out of my body. Somebody looks tired.
All right. And so we also got, so we've looked at the pit push builds. And as of yesterday when I looked, which would have been 1 week out, Necro has already cleared a pit 150 in a little over 8 minutes. Bloodwave Necro, 8 minutes, pit 150.
Where is that listed?
You just have to do an internet search.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if Blizzard had it somewhere on the...
Blizzard may, but I hate going to their website. Because then you got to go read the forums, and nobody wants to read. That's the reason our listeners are listening, because they don't want to read. I mean, Jesus. That's why we do this.
I never learned how to read.
Yeah, some people don't have maps. Yep. All right. So Necro.
I'm weird. I don't mind reading.
Has it got pictures? If it's got pictures or a place to color, I'm all about it.
Dude, for 30 years, I played a text-based game.
And now we got you hooked on a visual game. So look at that.
I haven't given up on Gemstone.
No, but when's the last time you played it?
Oh, it's been a while.
No, see, there we go. See,
but
we're men. So
if I can't get the Spiritborn build to work, I may be going back to it.
No, you're gonna change over to a barb.
I am not changing over to a barb.
Oh my god!
If I'm gonna change over anything, why wouldn't I build a Necro?
Because it's too complicated. You have to hit a button, and you have to hit the heal button. I know that's adverse to you.
I'm getting better.
You are. And he's saying that he's getting better, and that was an hour and a half ago when we were playing, where he.
I didn't die when you were on.
Yes, you did. We were doing the boss, and he dropped you to half life when he dropped down, and you was
Oh,
up
yeah,
under his
you're
butt.
right about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
hour and a half ago, I'm getting better. From an hour and a half ago, no, you're not.
I don't think about looking at that thing. It's kind of in the lower left corner. It's like it's not somewhere. I need to move it to where it's like.
You can look at the top left when we're in a group, because all three of our light health bars are there too. There's 2 places for you to look.
Yeah, I'm too focused on the middle.
Yeah, y'all see it got quiet there for a second when the gears were turning. He was thinking to himself, damn it.
Look, I'm not going to say it's not my fault. I would never say that because it is my fault. I'm just saying it's not something I spent. Well, I never thought about it at all in Eternal because.
You didn't die.
Yeah, it was absurd.
You never pushed pit 150.
I did a 120 something or other, 125 or something.
Did you?
Solo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hell, that day
still had time left too.
That day that we were doing that 110, there was 4 of us, and then y'all 3 bailed.
Oh yeah.
To go to the world boss.
Yeah,
I mean, it was so easy after that. It was stupid.
Yeah, we talked about that last time too. So yeah. Let's see. So Necro did 150. I think the last time I saw Barb, they were trailing by 10 or 15 levels of the pit. So that Earthquake Barb is, getting right up there, and I'm sure they're going to make some tweaks on it because they are going to have the halfway point. They're doing another update here soon, but they always have a mid-season update where they do change a few things. I'm hoping they just leave the Necro alone so I can get everything that I want, do what I want, and then they can nerf it. I wouldn't care, but hopefully they just do what they've been doing.
How long does the season typically last?
Let's see, what was it?
Months.
Months, yeah.
3 or 4 months.
3 months. Because the last one started in November and ended at the end of January. So, yeah, about 3 months. And I think third that I had read was the Druid, the Cataclysm build. That's the one I was telling you I started and complained about. Because it was fun. It was fast. I enjoyed it. My problem with that is like I said, that whole complex thing, entering a new zone, it's just aggravating. I'm sure it's awesome in Helltide. Helltide starts, go in there, do a few things, hit Cataclysm, and then just keep walking around, and it's killing stuff at the edge of your screen and a little off of the screen.
Well,
just
then
walk
it's
around,
good
pick
for
it
the
up
green
center.
zones.
It would be, but not that he was leveled up all the way, and I kind of just gave up on it because I was a little jealous of all the power that Necro had, but I could just decimate.
Well, plus you played a Necro in Eternal, or you play a Necro in Eternal.
I play everything in Eternal.
Well, yeah,
but
you're a weirdo.
But I could destroy everything in Torment 3, and Torment 4 I had to try. And it just got aggravating, so I just kind of give up on it. So like I said, I started off with a Druid, swapped over to the Necro. Baby Kangaroo's got his Spiritborn going. Tammy started and then kind of dropped off for the last few days because we got the new puppy. But she was doing Blood Surge, and she just wanted me to do everything for her and swap it over, and I just haven't done it yet. We'll get her back in there, so so Joe, you don't have to worry. She'll be there.
Admittedly, that's a weakness that I'm trying to remedy is I'm not where I need to be on upgrading gear. I need to do more research on what I'm doing.
You can just ask me.
No, because I've heard how you respond to your wife, and she's your wife, so I'm definitely not asking you.
What do? You just get a Absudite and have the materials and just hit the button for it.
Dude, that's the one thing I would complain about actually during seasonal is that Absudite doesn't seem to be dropping hardly at all.
Because it only comes from nightmare dungeons,
hordes,
material caches, and horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
because I was looking at that earlier. I mean, I think I like the way Blizzard has changed it to where they kind of make you do everything now. I feel like it's kind of more balanced that you have to do Helltide, you have to do Green Zones, you have to do dungeons, you have to do the rot holds or whatever they're called. So I feel like they've kind of made it to where you actually have to do all the stuff a little bit better. So
you can also get it at Undercity.
Oh yeah. But I still think the more efficient way is, since you blaze through nightmare dungeons, is just to do those.
I agree. I think that, in terms of the amount of time that you invested versus how much Absudite you get, nightmare dungeons are probably the best return on your investment.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did we did a horde the other day, And I think me and Tammy did one when she first got there, started playing, and we got 1,400. And then it fell off the fucking face of the planet. And then me and Colin did one the other night, and we got almost 1,600.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's so inconsistent.
It's just I'm just gonna go again. It's RNG. I mean,
I
I
know.
understand it, but I mean, we got lucky, and I think every single time something popped up, I think everything started with Hellborn. Everything was Hellborn until the 10th wave, and we had everything Hellborn, and they were just massive.
You didn't
Hellborn.
get any Soul Spires.
Nope. Fuck those Soul Spires.
Yeah, fucking
So
hate Soul
stupid.
Spires.
So stupid. Oh man, yeah, I hate that.
I took my buddy Matt. He's never done a horde. And so the other day, y'all weren't around and he was on. So we were playing and I was running him through some pits. And I said, oh, I need some Absudite. He's like, oh, we can run Nightmare Dungeons. I said, tell you what, you've never been in a horde. Let's go do a horde. We'll do a short one and did a 6 wave. And I'm like, whenever the white guys pop up on the mini map, kill them first.
Yep.
And then you can kill all the rest of the guys. And when you kill the little guys, then the big guys will show up again.
Yeah.
So, and I got Absudite, you know, so, but still, with 2 of us and both Spiritborns that got tanked like crazy, it was not fast. Let's just say that.
Well, you're bringing up speed runs. So that was one of the things that I looked up to. So speed runs, it looks like Wizard has the top 2 spots. They still got Lightning Spear and Fireball, I think it is in there, was still the best speed runs. But I'm telling you, I think the ones that I feel that are probably the best speed runs is probably that damn Earthquake Barb, the Cataclysm Druid, if you can get it going, and then one of my eternal favorites, which was Dance of Knives Rogue. Because every time I'm in a green zone and I see a damn Dance of Knives Rogue there, because, just like mine, I can't pit push, like in Eternal when we played. I can't pit push, but everywhere else, I'm just running in a circle nonstop. And they were super fast, slinging knives everywhere and just demolishing everything in World Torment 4. And I was like, all right, that's to me is...
Pit push is only to see who has the biggest e-penis. That's the only reason. That's the only reason it exists.
No, you get a title too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, I don't think
I never look at titles.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You look at your own multiple times.
Well, that's because it's a
Probably-
big joke for me. I always try and come up with the stupidest title I can find. Because I find it interesting that these people are like, Wrathful Doombringer. Okay, whatever, dude.
Dude, everybody uses like a Lilith something.
I know.
It seems like it's always a Lilith something, and we've beat Lilith so many times. Maybe that's something else we can complain about. Supposedly the hardest character in the game, and once you beat her the first time for the season, or
beating her the first time's a joke.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
Yeah.
the first time you beat her in the rebirth or whatever
Yeah,
she's called.
the Echo of Lilith.
The Echo of Lilith, yeah. You get absolutely nothing after the first time. And hell, the first time all you get is this fucking spark.
Yeah.
And it's-
Woo!
And you hated the mechanics. That shit was so funny. Listening to you fucking bark about
It was just annoying.
It's
Well,
just,
actually, the next time what I'll do with my Eternal is I'll just say, fine, we'll go do Lilith, and I don't care if I die, and I'll just stay in the corner until y'all finish her off, and then I'll get the spark, and I'll be like, fuck it, I'm never doing this ever again. It's like Citadel.
you got it the first time in Eternal, so you ain't
Oh,
getting
don't
it again.
even say that word. Citadel.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to fucking have some of our listeners look me up on Xbox so I can run the damn Citadel. I don't like using that damn group finder thing. Fuck that.
And I have like 40-something thousand Citadel points. I don't even know what they're used for.
Same thing in the Citadel outside how you have 3 doors you got to go in. There's a little vendor right up there at the top, off to the left a little bit.
And it's all cosmetic crap?
No, some of it's I think some of it's spent like oboes.
Oh, okay.
And then you can buy stuff that actually helps you inside of the Citadel as well. And
Well, that's not going to be a problem for me because I'm never setting foot inside it again.
I'll get Colin to do it.
Great.
Colin will do it.
Let Colin do it.
We're gonna do it.
Y'all have
Again.
fun.
Let's see. All right, so I think the most fun classes are probably the Barb and the Rogue. Dance of Knives.
Well, you're not talking about for a seasonal thing. You're just talking about.
No, seasonal thing, fun class that they got right now. Because like I said, the Rogue looks super fun because you can get a lot of stuff, you can help a lot of people, and then you can have a friend who's a Necro, and then they can drag you through a higher pit to try to level up some glyphs, or like you said, to find out who's got the big E penis. Maybe the Necro can drag the Rogue along, but the Barb looks looks like so much fun.
Well, Joe was dragging me along with her necro.
So we were doing bosses earlier. We were doing Tree Boy, and she couldn't one shot Varshan. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Because I was doing something. I was like marking my gear for junk real quick, and then she was playing, and she couldn't kill me one shot. She's like, "I don't have anything leveled up, or I don't something other." And I was like, "I didn't have anything leveled up either, and I had the powers and the pants." And me and Colin were playing. I was like, "Colin, just let me see if I can get him." And I one shot him with just having the gear on the power zone. I was like,
Yeah, but you said your attack power is 70,000.
It is now. It wasn't. I mean, obviously, I've upgraded stuff. It wasn't then, but it was just the powers. That's the reason I said I feel like the Necro is going to get kind of boring, because there was still a little. You had to get a little luck for the average player on last season with the Spiritborn to get and beat Pit 150. You had to land that right map, and you had to land the right boss.
Oh yeah, yes.
Because I was doing the bug pit push 150 build off of max roll for Spiritborn, and the thing is like I told you, you want the spiders, because when you kill that one guy, the damage you just did to him in the last 3 seconds was transferred to somebody else. So it was just domino effect killing guys. So if you got a boss that didn't spawn anybody, you just sat there and held the buttons down and wailed on him for 15 minutes, and maybe you beat him, maybe you didn't, because I didn't. Mine wasn't spec to the gills by no means, but
of course that guy that did a pit in 2 minutes. I mean, he had good gear. He had really good gear. It was all maxed out.
Yeah.
In legal ways.
Yeah. Well, it was bugged anyway, so it wasn't really legal. But I mean, everything.
No, I'm saying though, he didn't.
Yeah, it didn't do that hack shit that they had. That some people. But Blizzard got some of those guys. So I mean, it would just be a hassle for somebody to have to make another account to be able to play again if you got found out by Blizzard and they should have found you hacking and you had to do it all over. That's just wild. I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, it's probably Chinese gold farmers anyway.
It might be. All right. Well, that's season 7. Babe, we're going to be able to convince you to get back on there?
Yeah, I just need you to change my build.
I just need you to do everything for me.
I just need you to change my build. That's it.
Everything for you. Put all the powers.
Upgrade your gear.
Put all the powers on there. Equip the gear. Do the Paragon board.
I can do the Paragon board.
You can follow the example that's on the website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did with this build that I have now, which is fun. It just doesn't do as much damage as it did before at all.
It does. You just didn't have anything leveled up on Blood Surge. All right. Well, I guess that's there we go. That's not a bad one. So like I said, it wasn't going to be long. We got 33 minutes going so far. All right. So I guess
Bentley.
All right. So anybody got anything else on season 7 so far? Seems like we got a lot of interest in the Diablo podcast when we do them. That seems to be one of the more populars. I guess there are people who still listen to podcasts and play Diablo. I told you the other day we actually got some listeners over in Sweden that's downloaded our episodes. So I'll give a shout out to anybody over in Sweden that's downloading our episodes. Thank you. That's awesome to be international. Feel like what was that? Step Brothers? Worldwide.
There you go. Worldwide.
Worldwide.
Or it's just some guy with a VPN who's, using a server in Sweden.
Yesterday. I was like, are we sure it's not just some VPN bouncing off Switzerland?
Yeah, it could be, but you know what? That's all right.
I mean, whenever I'm stealing stuff off of the piratebay.org, I use the Isle of Man server.
There you go. All cyber crimes people that are listening, Baby Kangaroo's the man.
There you go.
That's the one you're looking for. All right. Well, that's season 7. I guess we're going to do what we always do. We're going to do a little happy hour. I'm going to refill my drink after I hit this play button. And if y'all want to, you know what? Thank you for listening in this far. If y'all want to hang out and listen to us talk shit afterwards, it's not going to be about Diablo, so you can end now if you'd like to. If not, we're going to talk a little shit and have a drink. Hope y'all have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. Welcome to Pawn Shop of Life Happy Hour. All right. I think Tammy's walking away. She may not be doing happy hour.
She's trying to Manipulate things so Bentley doesn't make trouble.
He's nothing but trouble.
He's 2 months old.
It's not even 2 months.
Oh, he's not? I thought he was 8 weeks.
No, 6. We got him at. We picked him up on Friday. 7 weeks on Sunday. Yeah.
Well, okay. I thought he was 8 weeks.
So I was looking and I got another, not that you're going to be that interested into it, so you don't have to be here on it if you want, but I'm going to do a Marvel Cinematic Universe episode because I'm all about the damn nerd stuff.
I'm so over superhero movies. I'm done with it.
I'm done with the new shit.
You know,
And it's, and I, like I said, y'all don't have to be part of it, but I'm going to do a Marvel Cinematic Universe because from the original Iron Man all the way up until Spider-Man, right after Endgame, I absolutely loved. But everything that they've been putting out lately is blah.
nothing's as good as Ragnarok.
Oh, I love Ragnarok. That's
That was
one of
the
my
best movie
absolute
they released.
favorites.
No, I'm not. I liked it, but it's not the best.
I
Oh
loved
no,
it.
it's the best.
Infinity Wars.
I
and
know
Endgame.
him. We're friends from
From
work.
God, here we go. I'm not saying it wasn't funny and entertaining. It's just not. It. Well, I guess I'm going to say it's in the top. It's just Infinity Wars and Endgame is side by side.
You know what I liked about it is it did not take itself seriously at all. It said, you know what? These are silly little comic book movies, so let's embrace that mindset. Oh, I'm sorry for those of you who are real nerds. Graphic novels.
That's right.
Growing up, we called them comic books.
Well, there is a difference between a comic book and a graphic novel.
What?
A graphic novel is thick and is a multitude of comic books.
That's called a manga or a manga, however you say it.
A mango? It's a fruit. What is that? Is that what this is? You're a fruit now? What the fuck? I don't know what that means.
A manga? You don't know what a manga is?
No, I don't know what a manga is.
Really?
Why the fuck would I know what a manga is?
Manga is well, they're thick Japanese comic books. That's probably the simplest way to put it.
Oh, and you're talking about nerd stuff, and then there you go with Japanese comics. You got Hello Kitty stuff on your car too? Is that
No,
what it
I'm
is in
not. I'm
K-pop?
not into those kinds of.
You fucking weirdo. K-pop and Hello Kitty.
I mean, my favorite
Funko Pop.
anime is probably Ghost in the Shell. So, and that's very much an adult themed anime.
See,
But it's not hentai. Before you go ahead and say something.
no. I'm gonna do what you do, and it's not hentai. It's called cartoons.
Okay.
It's fucking cartoons. Because it wasn't called. It was called
So it was
cartoons.
Thundercats.
That was a cartoon. Yeah, I fucking love Thundercats, and I'm gonna dedicate part of that on my sleeve that I'm gonna do on my left arm. Thundercats, GI Joe.
Which Thundercat are you putting on there?
It's gotta be Linos. I'm thinking about his the claw with the sword in it, sword of omens in it.
Oh, okay.
Because I still got.
God, you really are a nerd.
Fuck yeah, I love that shit. I got all the fucking stuff over there as it is. Hell,
Yeah.
I even had
You should post something up on Instagram with all.
my nerd corner.
Yes, your nerd corner.
I may do that. I even got there was a cartoon when I was young. I think it only had like one season, maybe two, and I got Colin to fucking dig through his shit and find it for me. It was called Visionaries, and it was like magic had came back to like medieval times, and they all had fucking magic and shit, and I thought it was great. Silver Surfers, or not Silver, Silverhawks. Silver Surfer, that's a comic book. But yeah, Silverhawks was awesome. I love all that shit. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe's my favorite.
Yeah, except they put Channing Tatum in the movies.
And knowing is half
don't-
the battle.
Yeah. We're not talking about the movies. Movies are garbage. Whoever made those goddamn movies disappointed all of the people who actually watched the cartoons as a kid. They were fucking trash. Fucking Channing Tatum.
The only strong parts of the movies was they put Bruce Willis in it.
He couldn't even save it.
Oh no, I didn't say he saved it, but that was the only strong point.
That was the only strong point.
Yeah.
And
And after seeing him in Red, I mean, I love Red and Red too.
Yes. Oh my God. When old boy got tossed out of the brush with the fucking crossbow and they came to his house, he just bam. And I don't know why, but that cracks me up. I love it. That shit's fucking hilarious.
John Malkovich's character
John
is
Malkovich.
so damn funny.
Yeah.
He's good in everything that he does.
I don't I can't recall ever really seeing him in anything because I remember there was a movie called Being John Malkovich.
He's in Red.
Rounders.
I know, but not many. I'm sure if you
He's
look,
been in a lot more movies than you
I
realize.
agree. If you look up, he's probably been in like 70, 80 movies, but I can name Rounders and Red. And
1 and 2.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I mean,
and being John Malkovich.
and so like what, 4 movies? Great. If he's been in 70 movies, I know 4 because but I mean, I don't fucking care about nobody in Hollywood impresses me anyway.
Well, he's looking
for Halle Berry and Zoe
not
Saldana.
great.
Halle, if you or Zoe are listening, goddamn girls, give me a call.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he was in Con Air.
Yeah. He was the main Mine-
Oh, that's right. He was
He
the
was
main
the-
bad guy.
yeah,
Oh, I guess he
yeah.
was.
the mind behind the.
Yeah, but when's the last time anybody seen Con Air?
Actually, I watched it. Actually, not more than maybe a week or so ago. I watched something
Really?
and then it was like, here's something you also may like, and it said Con Air, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't seen that in a while. Let's see if it still holds up.
Did it hold up?
No, it was a terrible. It was a terrible
There we
movie.
go.
It was a terrible movie.
I mean, it was.
It was great back.
it's a
great
guilty
in the
pleasure,
time.
but it's a terrible movie.
It was
great for the
entertaining.
time.
It was great for the time, and it was somewhat entertaining. But it wasn't like knock your socks off to where I was like, "Damn, that movie actually held up."
Yeah, it did.
And he was in Deepwater Horizon.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, he
Really?
was the Exxon guy
Dude. Well, no, he was
or the
BP guy.
BP guy.
I
Yeah.
lived through it.
You can't say Exxon. My dad worked for Exxon.
It
My
was
grandfather worked for Exxon.
one of those BP. It was BP. I forgot.
Yeah, I was in Sector Mobile whenever that went down, so I lived through Deepwater Horizon. I don't need to watch the movie. It blew up. It poisoned the goddamn Gulf. Thanks, Exxon and BP.
Exxon didn't have anything to do with it.
It doesn't matter. They're all involved. Fuck them all.
Whatever.
And what's the Halliburton? What they implemented in the lawsuit or some shit too?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how they were affiliated with it. Unless were they the ones that actually owned the rig, the
Maybe
Modu?
that, or it was
I
like the
remember.
equipment, because Halliburton is a huge drilling equipment company.
Yeah, I think they might have owned the Modu,
Okay.
which for those of you who don't know, it stands for Mobile Offshore Drilling Unit. That's what Deepwater Horizon was.
Yeah, that's what it is. Man.
Which they're really cool pieces of technology, but I don't know. Putting a piece of pipe down 12,000 feet and a rig that's being held in place by 4 Z drives,
I mean, it's worked so far. So I mean, something.
until it doesn't.
Yeah.
But that wasn't a result of the boat. That was, greed. Let's face it, that's what it was. It was all greed.
But oil companies are greedy.
Well, I mean, I think people in general are greedy. I'm not going to, it's not unique to oil
No,
companies.
it's not. No, it's not.
So,
all right. So I'm gonna change topics. Obviously, don't say names because we're not saying names. Obviously I can talk pretty good, somewhat intelligent, a little bit, not entirely dumb. But I got caught off guard the other day having a conversation with the guy that I worked with at work the other day, and the question, and it's I obviously from what little people have listened, we lean right. I'm not hard right, don't get me wrong, but I was working with somebody who leans left.
oh,
You
I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got going down a rabbit hole about something. So
I work with him a bunch next month.
I'm going to ask you this question. What's the purpose of the government, the federal government?
National security. That to me, that's like the very first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
That should be the primary function of the United States government.
Okay.
Is national security. Everything else is secondary to that because let's face it, if we're not safe as a country, then nothing else matters. It's all the other bullshit is meaningless.
I went with that and to take my damn tax dollars. And then I kind of got caught off guard because he was asking something else and I couldn't think of anything. And then I was like, damn, I kind of got stumped because I can talk real good and I can talk about a lot of topics and that's fine. And I feel like that was one of the ones I should have nailed. And then I just did a quick Google search and then the light bulb went off and I went, son of a bitch. Had the perfect answer for that.
What?
Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare.
Well, yeah,
and like that's national security. I know, but it's just because that was one of the things that he was talking about was because I was complaining about he was going off against Trump or whatever it is, and of course I voted for Trump, but he worries me right now. But I was complaining about they're taking my tax dollars and they're giving it to other programs and stuff like that. And then he was like, and I was like, and fuck that. And he was like, wait a minute. So he's like, I'm getting money for college, and it's fine. He's bettering himself, and I'm all for that, regardless of what you think. People, good, better yourself. That's awesome. But he was like,
unless they're getting like a liberal,
yeah. But he was like
gender studies degree.
Well, I mean, if they're getting an education, you're getting an education.
No, that's bullshit. I don't agree with that. The government should not be funding people in terms of hundreds of thousands of dollars on something they're only going to make $50,000 a year ever.
Well, I mean, okay, that's. Hang on. Let me finish my thought before I lose it. The thing was because he was like, oh fuck me. He's like, because I get fucking help, and I was like, yeah, but you don't fucking need it. You just bought a boat. So I was like, you don't really need that fucking help.
You're right.
It's like I don't know. It was just one of those things. I felt bad because I got caught off guard and didn't know how to answer what the government was other than fucking, taxes. Because I mean, like the government's there for a purpose but I hated that I couldn't say provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. And then I started thinking about promote the general welfare. And that just means the betterment of everyone. So yeah. So I mean, and that's something else. That's a whole nother bag of tricks. Because then you can go down there. How do you promote the general welfare of the whole country and stuff?
I submit to you a flat tax would do that, but
I agree. I absolutely agree. But if you're going to say, I think states should take care of their people more than the federal government should take care of the whole country. But if we're talking about the federal government, what is that purpose for? Provide for the general welfare, interstates.
It's an all-encompassing. Yeah,
interstate commerce, and being prepared to defend the country. Like how much, and I do agree with some regulation. Like there needs to be some less regulation in certain areas and more regulation in other areas. Like that's one thing. JFK, what's his name? JFK Jr.
RFK Jr.
RFK Jr. Yeah, like
he talks like this. He sounds so bad every time I hear him.
You should fucking like him, considering your boy from LSU sounded the same goddamn way.
Well,
go Dogs.
At least I can understand RFK.
You're from Louisiana.
Ed Orgeron,
you should have been able to understand.
I felt like I was back down in Galliano talking to all the boys down there.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I like some of his things. Like I said, you're never going to find the perfect person that agrees with everything you do when it comes to politics. But because he was a big anti-vaxxer or whatever it was, and while I don't agree with like new vaccines, like the COVID one, but the established ones that we know work, I am for, and he's against some of that stuff. But I like some of his ideas. Like he's, they already got rid of red number 3 now, and he's talking about, and I feel like he might be good leading the Health and Human Services from an outside perspective, looking in. So he will get into it because it's just he'll get into it and he'll be like, oh snap! So some things they do are right, but this ain't, and this is how everybody feels. Let's try making some changes.
So I have a kind of an opinion about him. I think he's more libertarian than people realize. I don't think that he's so much an anti-vaxxer as he is. You shouldn't ostracize people who choose not to vaccinate their children.
Oh yeah.
That being said, if you don't want to vaccinate your kids, that's totally your choice to not do so. But in the same reason why y'all don't want any dogs coming over right now because you got a new puppy.
Yeah.
You can't expose kids to that in school settings
and expect them not to get sick.
Yeah. So, I mean, that if that's a choice you make, that's fine, but accept the limitations that you're going to experience as a result of it. You're not going to be allowed to put your kids in school.
Agreed. 100%. I totally agree with that.
But I mean, even with the COVID shot?
Don't even get me started on the COVID shot.
Well, I mean, that's the reason. That was the only reason I made the comment that I did, and I'm asking the question because, like I said, the established ones I'm okay with.
Yeah, no. I think the COVID shot was stupid.
Okay, I just wanted to know where it was at where we stand. Because, like I said, the established ones that's been around for, decades.
Yeah,
versus
but
the vaccine that just got made. Tammy's going to be in the medical field here. So
I mean,
here we go.
granted, the COVID shot is brand new, sure. I mean, it's not brand new now, and they still continue to release boosters. However,
Not getting it.
the COVID shot it wasn't based off of brand new viruses and brand new. I mean, the COVID
The
virus is a SARS virus, and we already have vaccinations against that particular virus. So they just, manipulated it to fit what COVID had and the little, particulars of it without getting into like too much medical jargon, to fight COVID specifically. But it came off of a base of a vaccine that's been out for years.
But they still didn't get it
Years.
right.
Well,
Well-
here's what I'm going to say to your point. Like you said, they used this. It's a version of the SARS. Right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so they had the base there, right?
Right.
Same thing with a home. You have to have a good base, and I understand that. And that's what they based it off of. But just because the base is solid, that doesn't mean the walls.
The structure is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they went off that base, that don't mean that fucking wall is not going to make the whole house collapse.
I agree with you, but that's
So-
why I just wanted to interject that one point that it's not a
No.
brand new
Yes.
vaccine that they just like threw together
Yeah, I
in the
understand.
11th hour and said, "Here you go.
Yeah. Here it is.
Like-
just concocted it.
One of
Take it or shove it." Like,
And
I
we don't
mean,
know what the long-term effects are going to be, but we're going to make you take it if you're a government employee
Yep.
and you don't have any choice, or we're going to kick
that
you
I
out.
don't agree with. That I did not agree with in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because there are people who, like you said, are anti-vaxxers, one. And number two, there are people for religious beliefs or other spiritual beliefs that are against that kind of stuff. And you can't then discriminate and put these people in a separate box and say, well, you're going to get in trouble and you're going to lose your entire livelihood if you don't take this vaccine.
Here's the thing
That was fucked up.
that annoyed me about that is the strongest immunity you can ever have is if you get the illness.
If you're exposed to it, because you develop your own
Personal
base
antibodies.
immunity. Yeah.
So I got COVID really early. And I mean, I didn't want to be out for 3 weeks. I was only sick for a week or so, but I had a nasty cough for another 2. So our boss was like, "Yeah, no, Joe, you're not coming back to work." I was like, "Boss, I feel fine. I just got a cough." He's like, no, just stay home.
Well, I mean, he also put up plexiglass between
know,
two people.
I know.
That was
And he
Like-
took one member of the watch lord, just moved him completely out of the space.
Well, I mean,
Put you on a whole nother floor.
I mean, I understand that more than I do the plexiglass.
I
I
know.
mean, it's like and it wasn't even that big. Like it's gonna absorb it's a sponge for all the viruses when you cough. Plexiglass is the new lifesaver. Make everything out of plexiglass.
Well, they
guys.
did that. They did that at grocery stores.
I know.
They did it they put the plexiglass up above. I mean, it's just an extra barrier,
But-
right? Like,
well-
it's not necessarily going to prevent any other germs, but maybe enough to not inoculate you.
Well, I like the fact that it was there, so I don't get spat on.
Well, hopefully nobody
everybody's-
spits on you.
No, well, I mean, just everybody spits when they talk sometimes, and it's just like it happens, and it's like, oh hey, how you doing?
Which is why Baby Kangaroo has his microphone labeled.
But
Well, he did eat it too. He stuck his mouth all on it. Tim was like, "Nasty motherfucker."
So-
You're
I love
getting
you, but I don't
labeled.
love you that
this
much.
is the thing that
I don't either.
So the thing that had bothered me was that I had COVID, and then they said, "Well, you got to get the shot." I'm like, I have natural antibodies to it now. I don't need the shot. It doesn't matter. You got to get the shot. Like, I've had it.
Well, wasn't
It's
there
documented.
Wasn't there also like a thing if you went and got tested for the antibodies, they were like, you don't need the vaccine.
The government didn't care.
Yeah.
Federal government could care less
But wasn't
about
that a thing? Like,
You still had to get it.
I can't.
You still
I know
had to
for the
get it.
government, but just overall,
No, I think that they were saying that if you didn't have to have it, but I mean, they were still using the well, this is a different. Did you have a different strand? So it was
well, there are different
and
variations of
it
it.
mutates all the time,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah, but
they
your
were just
body
like,
still has antibodies.
for the base.
Well, not for forever though,
No, you're right. It's not for forever, but
and which is why the vaccine continues to have boosters to keep those antibodies live and well. It's just bizarre that we're still talking about COVID. Like, it's almost like, was that a real thing?
I mean, it
it's
was.
just like the flu now.
Yeah.
Have-
I
you know-
mean, but it's just so. I just think the whole COVID situation just is mind blowing to me that we went through a worldwide pandemic of something and it was that devastating, but yet the flu still
that
kills.
China released.
The flu still kills more people.
It does.
Even today.
Yeah.
But it's just
it kills a lot more
to
people.
me.
Yeah.
I mean, the flu kills. Now, here is the weird thing I'll say about COVID was that the impact that it had on people. I had an acquaintance, healthy guy, gym goer, runner. He got admitted to the hospital on Friday because he got COVID and it was bad. He was dead on Tuesday.
Shit.
Did they intubate him?
They did not intubate him. So, yeah, I know. Most of the people that got intubated, they realized after the fact that this is a bad idea. We shouldn't be intubating people. It's
right.
It's weakening their ability to breathe on their own.
Breathe on their own and fight it off on their own.
Yeah.
Just oxygenate them.
No, something happened. I don't know. I never got the details on it. It's just a friend of mine in South Florida that I know. He said, yeah, he passed away. I was like, wow.
Jeez.
I mean, it makes sense when you see people who have risk factors.
Other underlying conditions. Yeah.
I mean, that's just like any kind of illness, though.
Yeah.
If you got some underlying illness you don't know it about, then you catch a flu.
Yeah.
Fuck COVID, it's fucking flu, and it's like, oh shit, turn it into pneumonia, drown your own fluids in your lungs, and wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, yeah, you talked about you had
just
COVID.
drink alcohol, it kills everything.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I caught COVID too. So everybody knows, I caught COVID, and I think I got it after I got the shot, didn't I? Did I get it after the shot or before?
No, it was before.
Was it before?
The shot hadn't come out yet.
Well, so I got
because
COVID.
I did the whole.
Oh yeah,
brought you your food, sequestered you, did all that shit.
It was great to a degree. So I mean, I didn't. No, I don't remember. I think it was after the shot.
It wasn't because I had. If it was, I would have gotten. No. I would have had the shot, and I wouldn't have done what I did.
I think it was after the shot because, like he said, when he first got sick, our boss at the time told him to stay home for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
When I got it, I was like, "Hey, I tested negative." They said, "Cool, come back."
Yeah.
So it was after the shot.
Oh, maybe it was.
See, it was so early in my when I got mine though that they didn't even have tests to. They hadn't engineered the test yet to find out that you were now negative.
Yeah. So I guess it was after the shot then. But yeah, I got COVID and it was at Watch Relief. Somebody else gave it to me. I gave it to somebody else. And then I woke up the next day and kind of just felt wrong. And I checked my temperature. My temperature was 100, 99, so. 99 or 100.
Yeah, it wasn't high.
And then I'd heard the guy who gave it to me had got it. So I went to the testing center and I got tested. And the doctor was like, man, I didn't think he was going to have it. He's like, bro, you got COVID. I was like, son of a bitch. So on my way home, I told Tammy about it. And she basically plastic walled off the whole hallway to get me down to the bedroom and wouldn't she locked me in my room and make me clay.
That's a little excessive.
I didn't do all that. I had my mask on. I made him wear his mask. I made him go straight to the bedroom.
It turns out now masks are completely useless unless it's a N97.
Well, of course they always told that. It was just like I said, it was just an extra barrier of
save the
protection.
Spit.
It's to make people feel good.
Hey, you know what? They've been doing it in China forever. Save the spit. That's all that matters.
It's a safety blanket.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the place that brought us little virus, this little gift that kept on giving?
Yeah. So my COVID experience was that low temperature that one day. I think when you went to bed, I started having you bring me liquor because I got bored being locked in the bedroom.
And I brought you your Xbox so you could play Diablos.
Yeah. So I sat in the bedroom, played Diablo, and I had that low-grade fever that one night, got shit-faced, woke up the next day, rinsed and repeated, didn't have a fever the second day, and never had another goddamn symptom.
And then he went, that was on like a Thursday.
Low-grade fever for one day.
And then on Monday, you went and retested and tested negative. Yeah. I'm almost positive you had a false positive test.
I mean, I could have. They happen.
But it happens. And
it's hard, and I can't find out now because
there's no way to tell now.
Well, sometime after I got the shot anyway,
did the test for you?
So it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So
did the test for you involve them shoving a Q-tip through your brain?
I got a lobotomy. Yes.
Yeah.
I got a frontal lobotomy. Yes, I did. For those of you who don't know what a frontal lobotomy is back in the 20s.
Yeah.
Early 10s and 20s, and I think they finally stopped it in 30s or 40s. They used to stick a big stick up your nose and disconnect.
Actually, it wasn't up your nose. It was through your eye socket. And it,
you know what? I would prefer you just let me go with my philosophy. My philosophy. Oh dear
it's
God.
a little less disturbing.
Yeah.
I
What
know.
the fuck do you mean they went through the fucking eye socket?
Yeah, apparently they went in through like the.
Oh my God.
And help me out here, Tammy. What's the midline? What's it called? That's anterior. No, anterior is front. Medial. They went through the medial portion of your eye, which is the inside portion, to get to the frontal lobe of your brain.
Oh my God.
And scramble it.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to tell everybody that it's up the nose because through the fucking eye doesn't sound like anything I want to talk about.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. Just like I don't want to do
LASIK.
I don't want to do LASIK because they're just going to prop your like. Oh God.
Yeah.
I know they numb it, but you can't like. Okay, so if I move, I'm fucked. So now I have to sit and watch this thing. Just like it's like it's either you're
Either Can you make
it
it so I'm blind temporarily? Because I don't really want to see it.
I know. Like maybe I could do it if just knock
Wearing
me
glasses is not that big an inconvenience.
You know what? Knock me out.
There you go.
Just give me some drugs, knock my ass out. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'll be unconscious.
They do it for dentistry.
I mean, yeah. I got the gas whenever I got my filling replaced.
Yeah. So, if they can knock you out to drill on your teeth, they can knock you out so they can cut on your eyeball.
I agree. Fuck all that shit. No, it's outpatient. You'll be just fine. No, dude, fuck you.
So is dental work.
Gives me shivers just thinking about both.
Well, you've had horrible experiences with dental work.
And it wasn't even my fault.
No, none of it was your fault.
Well, one cavity was my fault.
Well, what about
two cavities in bunches of years?
Yeah.
What about our
Tens
new
of
dentist?
years.
But cavities are typical. It's not because
Oh no!
I mean, but
no,
like
I know,
all
but
the other bad shit that has happened to you
car wreck when I was young.
never was your fault, and you were just put through fucking hell.
Car wreck when I was young. Wisdom teeth in boot camp. Fucked up.
How many
Navy
how many did
dentist.
they take out for your mouth at boot camp?
Boot camp. 2.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the other two?
Still there?
Did they come in straight?
No.
They're impacted?
Yes.
That's why they took out my
No wait.
two of
Did I get
mine.
them taken out?
I thought you got all 4 taken
I?
out.
I don't even remember.
And one developed a pocket.
I don't even remember.
They took out 2 of mine at boot camp because they were impacted. They were coming in angled.
Numbed it up, broke it in half, and pulled it out.
Well,
Yeah, that was the frightening thing about it. They're like, yeah, we're just going to break the tooth up and then pull the pieces out. I'm like, yeah, because nothing can go wrong with that.
right?
Yeah. So anybody who has never, if you haven't been in the military in boot camp, that's all they do to take out your wisdom teeth. They numb you up until you can't feel anything, which that's always pleasant.
I was out
and then
for
they
mine.
take a pair of pliers, and this is go to Lowe's, grab a pair of Cobalt, and that's literally all it is. And they stick it in there, and they crunch the tooth, and then they pull it out in pieces. And you can probably attest to this. The worst thing in the shot, and all that other extra shit, it's the hearing the tooth shatter in your face.
Oh, yeah.
I can still hear that fucking
Oh my God, that's
sound
traumatizing.
of that tooth shattering when he plied it and just, it's like, boom.
Oops. Yeah.
That's baby kangaroo making noise.
Obviously I wasn't in the military, but I was put out, completely out for my wisdom teeth.
I think I did get all mine out now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think all mine are out.
But you went to boot camp when you were 26, 25.
I still
So
have my
it's-
2 on the right.
So it's surprising that
yanked.
you hadn't had your wisdom teeth pulled, because I had mine at 8. I had mine pulled at 18, and that's typically when people get them pulled.
Yeah, but they were impacted. It wasn't causing a problem until a year before I went to boot camp and they snatched it out. So they were just, if they come in and they're under, then they don't cause any problems.
They just leave
They
them.
don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Just leave them there because it's like
Why
nothing's
go
wrong.
through it? Yeah.
And then that one started breaking through the skin.
Oh, and
And-
that's what. Okay.
And I think the other one was starting to do that same thing. So we're gonna.
I think the reason why they didn't pull out the ones on the right was because as a teenager, adolescent, whatever you say, I had my 4 incisors pulled for braces.
Oh yeah, damn.
So, yeah, so I don't have my fangs anymore. They got pulled out.
You didn't you get?
And then they just the braces just.
What they did was they pulled all the teeth forward to close
Yeah.
the gap. Yes.
That's so weird. I've
Smile-
never heard
smile?
of that.
I don't have them.
No.
They're gone.
Oh, it was on
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
wild.
And that's why my wisdom teeth on my right side
came in.
Yeah, they
fine.
didn't have any problems. I don't know why the ones on the left side decided they wanted to get impacted, but they showed me the X-ray and they were like 60-degree angle into the tooth in front of them.
Jeez, that's wild.
We should have a dentist on the show to talk about this.
No.
What is your reasoning for pulling incisors? Are they really needed? Are they just extra teeth that we don't need?
So
Are they like the appendix of teeth?
is that what that is?
Nobody needs an appendix.
Well, I mean, it's vestigial, right? Is that the word? Is that the right word? Left over from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vestigial.
When we were-
used to have a purpose.
yes, when we were living in trees and you know.
I still don't understand what the purpose of it was. Like, honestly, it's just this little dangly thing off of your intestines.
Oh, you mean
So-
the appendix?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I switched from.
You transition right
incisors
to a different part of the anatomy.
to appendix. I thought you were going to keep up.
Oh.
I'm slow that way.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
What are we talking about again?
Yeah, where am I?
Soon I'm going to be at dinner.
Soon you're going to be at dinner. What time we got?
It's
Oh
5:10.
yeah. Oh yeah, you have to leave here shortly.
I got about 20 minutes. I'm going to beat them there and get a beer.
There you go.
There you go.
Where are you going? Red Robin?
Red Robin.
Yum.
And we didn't even plan that.
No, it works that. Everybody knows it works that way. That's one of those things. You ain't got to plan
That's,
it. You just
my
do it.
brother-in-law absolutely positively loves Red Robin.
I like Red Robin. I like Red Robin. They
Maybe
make
we'll-
some good burgers.
Maybe we'll order that.
Okay.
Well, you know, my sister Nancy asked me if I ever go there. I said, I like Red Robin. I think they're great, but the Times is 3 minutes from my house.
Oh yeah.
And they have just as good a burger. So why would I drive
Oh,
across
yeah.
town to get a burger when I can just go to the Times?
Yeah, Times makes a good burger. Oh, that place is good. Yeah, we're gonna have to do Red Robin.
Yeah.
Go for some onion rings.
Okay.
Oh, you don't like their towering onion rings?
I don't like onion rings.
She doesn't like onions really.
Mm-mm. If they're cooked in like a sauce or something, I'll eat them. But
Oh.
like not
So you
just
probably
like
would have liked the stir fry that I made for last night.
No onions.
No, it had onions in it, and
Oh.
zucchini and squash, and
if they're like big
Uh,
chunks, I don't care.
'Cause she
They
can
add
pick 'em out.
flavor, and I can pick them out,
Gee.
but I won't eat them.
What's the holy trinity of Louisiana cooking?
celery, bell pepper, and onions.
There we go.
Oh, they're good for cooking.
Just put it in everything. It's all good. Make you a roux.
It's
Put in the trinity.
it came from making a mirepoix, and a mirepoix is onions, carrots, and maybe it's onions, carrots, and bell pepper.
We'll have to talk about some cooking stuff one day.
Okay, that works.
Oh yeah, we could do
We
that.
can talk about the recipes or some shit, and then we can post them on Instagram.
Yeah, because we've talked about cooking before, and it was like cooking is. I feel like cooking is an art, and even though you have a recipe, you don't necessarily have to follow it. But
Oh.
Cooking is art. Baking is science.
Yeah.
Cooking is
Yeah.
art.
baking is
baking
for
is-
sure
yeah,
science.
baking
Like
is
you
science.
have to follow that
My
recipe.
ex
or
was
it's-
a much better baker than I have ever been. But if she hears this, she's going to hate me for saying this because
Oh,
she's
well.
going to disagree. But
Who cares?
Fuck
We
that
hate
I
bitch.
her
think I'm
anyway.
a better cook,
Fuck that bitch. You
and I
probably- you probably
attribute
are.
it to my mom. God rest her soul.
You know what? I'm going to say that it's probably safe to say that you are a better cook at some things. Baking aside, you're probably a better cook at some things. Like she can outcook me in a lot of things, but there's some things she can't.
Yeah.
She can't manage me on. So it's probably just a.
Look, my
What's
ex-wife
your- what's
didn't
your
really like
repertoire
cooking.
is?
She was
Oh, I
perfectly
love
content for
cooking.
me to cook all the time, and she'd clean up. And I was like, okay.
I love
yeah.
cooking. Cooking
So
is
I didn't
cathartic
mind.
to me.
I mean, this is what's the word you use?
Cathartic.
That's this to me
It is.
and Diablo and
Yeah.
fishing and
I mean, I
hunting.
cooked the other day for y'all. Everybody,
That
when
was
everybody
great.
came
You did, and
over.
it was
yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
It was absolutely awesome. Yeah.
And I think it's so funny because my family member was like, what made you think about white beans and jambalaya? I'm like,
Why
our
not?
brother-in-law, he served it to me first. Rick, you ought to remember you were there. I don't remember that at all. I'm like, okay, well,
What's up, Rick?
stop smoking so much weed.
Damn it, Rick. Supposed to share that shit. Stop smoking it in the goddamn head.
Puff, puff, pass.
Yeah, learn your lesson, punk.
Sharing is caring.
Did he listen to this? Did he listen to our podcast?
I don't know if he has or hadn't. I told him about it. I told everybody in my family about it.
You
So
better get on to him. Tell him we need some downloads.
there you go.
Tell
All
him
right.
we're international now.
If my sister Jackie would be the only one that I would think would probably listen to it consistently.
If you tell them that we're now international, they may be like, wait a minute, what?
Maybe they don't suck. No, we still suck, but we just suck internationally now.
I think we're doing good for the podcast.
We don't suck.
Look, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's a blast.
So,
Hell, I mean, they made a TV show with Kaylee Kuko, whatever her name is now, about a movie about a podcast.
Did they?
Yeah, it's good.
Doesn't ring a bell at all, but
It's a whole funny thing. The podcast is only part of it because it's like they discover some guy's a murderer, and then they want to make a podcast interviewing the murderer. And then there's all kinds of twists because the murderer guy keeps doing like weird, funky shit and just throws a wrench in every time they try to do something. So he kind of tortures them. It
rings a weird bell. Like maybe I've seen part of it.
Based on a true based on a true story.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus,
but it wasn't actually based on a true story.
No. But it's got Penny in it from Big Bang Theory, so I'll watch her in anything. I know you're a Bernadette man.
I am a Bernadette man. I
mean, that's all right. She's on TV right now. Look.
There she is.
Yeah, there she is. We've had Big Bang playing because the dogs actually like it.
I think the dogs just like something.
I don't know. It seems like anytime we put it on, we'll catch Remy like actually watching the TV. Like,
Bentley does it too.
Has he been watching Big Bang?
Well, he's just watching
TV.
He'll just be sitting in there. I'll look down at him.
He's wiped out now,
and he just is like looking up at the TV, watching it.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out everything. Good for him. I'm just happy he found his nose early.
Oh, he found his nose the moment we brought him home.
Are they bringing that back?
Bringing what back?
Halo?
No, canceled.
It got canceled.
Canceled. Thank God.
I liked the show.
Fuck that show.
I mean, I never played the video game, so unlike you, I wasn't emotionally invested in it. I understand completely why people are annoyed by the show. I feel that same way about that crap load that Amazon did with Wheel of Time.
Yeah. I've barely read anything. Are they still making it? I barely read anything good about it. Like everybody's just like you. If they read the books, they're gonna watch it because they're making a show and I want to see it. Then they see it and they're like, what the fuck is this shit?
I got through I think 3 or 4 episodes and I'm like, this is the most atrocious piece of shit I've ever seen made based upon a book.
Yeah. And Halo was the most atrocious thing they've ever made based off a fucking video game.
Well, there you go.
The first episode, don't get me wrong, the first episode was phenomenal. The sounds were there. The looks were there. The people were there. The story was great. Master Chief comes in and saves the fucking day. And the next episode or the one after, he's got his helmet off. 3 episodes in, he's having sex with a fucking chick who's abducted by the... Fuck, I know,
you think he's the Mandalorian.
Like, what the fuck
He's not ever supposed to take his helmet off.
But even the Mandalorian took his goddamn helmet off. But Master Chief spent more time out of his helmet than he did in. And then Cortana, they fucked Cortana all up.
I know.
That was supposed to be a chip in the back of the helmet, not implanted in his brain.
I know.
What the fuck, man? If y'all want like video game shows to watch, The Last of Us, Fallout, and I feel like there was one more that I'm forgetting. But those 2 are phenomenal shows. The Last of Us they fucking nailed that. That was one of the best. That is the best video game show, movie, anything.
Okay, what about the series that Mia Jovovich is in?
Garbage.
Except when they remade it without the movie they made without her in it, that actually followed the video game.
I watched it. I didn't think it was bad, but I felt like it was a little too late.
Oh no, I agree. It was a lot too late.
Yeah, and I don't remember that.
But I mean, let's face it, Mia Jovovich is easy on the eyeballs, so that's why they put her in there.
Yeah, she's okay. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she's all right. It's all right. Is she a natural redhead? That explains why you like her.
I don't think she is a redhead.
Wasn't she in The Fifth Element?
She was in The Fifth Element.
Lilu Dallas, multipass.
Yeah.
There you go. Lilu Dallas, multipass.
She had orange hair in that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a dye job.
Yeah, if they would have just started Resident Evil with just made the story and just had you put a little bit of money and production into it, just the first video game movie would have been great. Because I don't know, I think they fucked that all up.
I think she actually has auburn hair naturally, so it's brown with a little hint of red in it.
Oh, then it explains why you like her. You're into those gingers.
I like redheads. What do you want me to tell you?
Nothing. It's all good, bro. To each their own.
I dated a bunch of them in my life.
You married one.
She was, I guess she was a strawberry blonde when we first got married. Now I don't. Her hair color is completely different. So
Probably gray now.
well, she has very light hair. Actually, that was kind of the running joke because I would say like I got more gray hair. She's like, I don't have any. I'm like, bullshit. You're 6 years older than I do. You have gray hair. It's just yours don't show up because your hair's light.
She was 6 years older?
6 years and 12 days.
Oh, she's a cougar.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Kitty wants some candy.
Kitty wants candy.
That's all that it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're breaking out soon, right? To go to dinner?
I am.
All right. Well, what we're gonna do
wrap
is
it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. All right, y'all. This was happy hour. Hope everybody enjoyed listening to us talk trash. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. As always, we'll be doing. I think our next episode is going to be the Drunken Pawn Shop, since we did a couple of Diablo things, but we will do some more Diablos since there's going to be an update. There's going to be a mid-season patch, and then we're going to see if we're all still in the season come to the end of the season 7 when that gets close to ending. So appreciate y'all listening. If y'all want to and enjoy hearing us talk trash, doing anything, you can always donate to the contribute funds to the podcast. There's a link on all of our sites. So thank you for listening in, and we will see you next time.